It's been a month and a half since the mines were reclaimed and the Black Spider fell. The heroes who once walked the dusty roads of Phandalin have scattered, some to debts and others to duty. But evil is patient, and in the quiet spaces between victories, it grows. The sun has long since dipped beneath the slate-gray rooftops of Baldur's Gate, leaving the city cloaked in smoke, salt, and the restless hush of twilight. Rain spits lightly from above. Not enough to wash the filth from the cobblestones, just enough to sting the back of your neck. Somewhere, a dog barks. Somewhere else, a man screams. But here, in the narrow throat of an alley near the harbor, all you hear is your own breath. Barbin, your cloak clings to your shoulders with damp weight. The stone under your boots sweats with rain and soot, and the alley reeks of brine, mildew, and old fish. But you've stood in worse. Waited in worse. This part of the city doesn't ask questions. It doesn't listen for answers either. That's why she chose it. From the crooked door of a sagging warehouse, a sliver of silver hair breaks the gloom. The silhouette that steps through it is unmistakable. Slender frame, measured gait, cautious eyes flickering left and right beneath the hood. It's Garael. But as soon as her eyes find yours, something in her expression softens, if only for a second. She crosses the alley quickly. Her boots are near silent on the slick stone, but her pace says everything. And then, without a word, Sister Garael crosses the final steps between you and pulls you into an embrace.
I'll hug her tightly, and I'll smirk and say, "You're late."
She exhales a shaky laugh into your shoulder, the sound barely audible over the rain.
You always say that.
She doesn't let go just yet. Her fingers press lightly into your back, like she's anchoring herself. When she finally pulls away, it's only far enough to look at you, eyes scanning your face, drinking you in. There's something more in her gaze now. Concern, yes, urgency, but also something personal.
I brought the letter I had told you about. I only received it yesterday.
She reaches into the folds of her cloak, careful, glancing once more over her shoulder out of instinct. Even here, in a city as large and loud as Baldur's Gate, she moves like she's always being watched. Her fingers brush yours as she passes it to you. The parchment is damp at the corners, but protected well enough. Folded crisp, the wax seal already broken. Her eyes meet yours as she lets it go. Not the cold detachment of a Harper handoff, but something more intimate. Trust, mixed with dread.
I was given this from a contact out of Yartar. He rode through the hills north of Phandalin and found something I think you'll want to see.
This sounds like nothing but bad news, but it makes her worried, so it must be important, especially if she's being so secretive about this. She had plenty of time yesterday to give it to me, but wanted to wait until we could be alone. I guess I'll open it, Ben.
You unfold the letter. The ink is smudged in places, but legible. The handwriting tight and formal, no name signed. It reads, "To those with eyes open, 3 days' ride north of Phandalin, I came across a corpse lying half buried in the brush just off the Tribor Trail. Male, human, worn traveling cloak. No blood, no struggle. His skull had been cleanly pierced at the crown. Not smashed, not bitten. Something finer, surgical. And the brain was missing. No burn marks, no necromantic trace, no claw or tooth, just the tracks beside him. Four-pronged, not deep, not goblin. I would have thought it a trick of the light if not for the birds, silent for miles in every direction. Even the goblin paths feel wrong. I've been on this trail too long not to know when something's off. I didn't linger. Tell the others, the mines aren't as safe as you think. Signed, V." You fold the letter slowly, the weight of its words settling deep in your chest. The rain patters softly on the worn parchment, as if the very sky mourns the message it carries.
A corpse with no brain, and tracks that aren't goblin or orc. That's outlandish, even for this land. Who or what could do something like this and leave no sign or a witness?
If this spreads, if whatever it is real, Phandalin won't just be in danger. The entire region could unravel. That's why I came to you. You're the only one I trust to make sense of it, Barbin. And Donnie and Jorkus, they're out there now, tangled up in things I don't fully understand. You think they can handle this? You all may need each other now more than ever. I wish I could come with you, but Baldur's Gate holds me here. For now. Just promise me you'll be careful. Whatever this is, it's unlike anything I've heard of before. You can't stay here, Barbin. This city will only slow you down, and whoever or whatever is behind this won't wait. Go to Waterdeep. Find Donnie and Yorkus before they get in too deep. They need you, more than you realize. I'll keep watch here, as best I can. But you're the key. You have to move fast. The people of Phandalin need you all. Promise me, Barbin. Promise you'll leave tonight.
I fold the letter carefully, the damp edges sticking slightly between my fingers. The rain has soaked through my cloak, chilling me to the bone, but I hardly notice. My mind races, swirling with the weight of Garael's words and the haunting image of that brainless corpse. I glance up at her, her eyes filled with a mix of hope and fear, and feel a tightening in my chest. This isn't just another mission. It's something darker, something that could unravel everything we fought for. I reach out, brushing a wet strand of silver hair from her face, the rain cold against my skin. My voice is steady but low, almost a vow. I promise, tonight I go. I'll find Donnie and Yorkus, and we'll face this together. I can feel the storm gathering inside me, the crackling power beneath my skin, but it's her presence that grounds me now. I lean in slightly, searching her eyes, and I promise you this: I will come back to you. The weight of that promise settles on my shoulders like armor. I pull back, my gaze lingering on her one last time before I turn toward the dripping streets of Baldur's Gate. I step into the rain, the letter folded and tucked safely within my cloak, the first steps of a long road stretching before me.
We now shift to Waterdeep, late into a clear, chilly night by the docks. The moon hangs low and full, casting silvery light across the restless waves lapping against the weathered wooden piers. The salty air carries the distant creak of ships swaying gently against their moorings, mingling with the occasional clang of metal and muted voices of dock workers finishing their long shifts. Lanterns hang from rigging and posts, casting pools of golden light that flicker against the dark water. Amidst the shadows, figures move with purpose, some furtive, others open, but all mindful of who rules these streets. Behind a stack of crates near the edge of the pier, Donnie looms over a nervous man clutching a pouch of coins. His voice is low but sharp, edged with menace.
Look, bro, you said the coin would be here yesterday. I don't care what shipping delays mean. I want it now.
The man before him, a wiry merchant with darting eyes, swallows nervously, clutching a small pouch that jingles faintly with coins. He shifts from foot to foot, sweat beading despite the chill. I'm doing what I can. You know, Xanathar's reach is extensive, but these things take time.
Maybe cut him some slack, Donnie. We don't want to start trouble with...
Trouble's already here if that payment's late. I've got debts to settle, and Xanathar's patience is thin.
The merchant swallows hard, finally opening the pouch and spilling a few coins into your hand. Paltry, but something. It's all I could gather. Please, just a little more time. The merchant's desperate plea is cut short as the tense quiet shatters with the sudden scuffle of heavy boots and grunts around the corner of the building. A rough voice snarls sharply, "Oi, you! Fuck off!"
What the hell's going on? Kick rocks, man. We've got stuff to take care of.
The merchant nods quickly, slipping away into the shadows as the yelling around the corner comes to a halt.
Donnie, maybe we should...
Hey, who's there? Show yourself.
Not exactly what I had in mind.
From the shadows around the corner, a figure steps forward slowly, hands raised in a calm, non-threatening gesture. The rain slicks the edges of his unhooded purple robes, and a faint crackle of red energy flickers between his fingers.
I'll narrow my eyes to get a better look. Barbin, what the hell are you doing here?
Barbin, finally, we've been wondering when you'd show up. This city's been, well, complicated.
You're a long way from Baldur's Gate and not exactly making a quiet entrance. You could seriously get us in some trouble right now.
It's good to see you two again.
I run up to Barbin, giving him a nice and awkward hug. You have no idea how much better it is hearing that voice than listening to Donnie growl at debtors all day.
Hey, I heard that.
Missed you too, Yorkus. Still in one piece and still dragging Donnie out of trouble, I assume.
More like getting dragged into it with him. He nearly started a knife fight last week over... I forgot what it was again.
A half-missing gold piece. The guy tried to pay me in copper. Copper, Yorkus.
Right. I knew it was something stupid. Almost got us both stabbed over pocket change.
Glad to see your priorities haven't changed. But to cut the jokes for a moment, I didn't just come to check in. Something's happening, something nearby Phandalin. Garael got a letter from a contact, someone she trusts. Ryder came through the hills north of Phandalin and found a corpse.
A corpse isn't that out of the ordinary, Barbin.
Normally no, but this wasn't bandits or goblins from what we've heard. I move in closer to them.
Barbin brings you two in closer to him, his voice dropping low and taut with urgency.
No blood, no wounds, just a clean hole right at the top of the skull, and the brain gone.
Gone? As in...
Removed, surgically. No signs of struggle, no traces of spellwork, no burn marks.
I'll furrow my brows. The cold dock air suddenly feeling a lot heavier. The flickering lanterns reflect in the water, but my attention's fixed on Barbin. Okay, what the fuck? We haven't seen you for over a month and you show up talking about missing brains like it's just casual news?
I wouldn't have come all this way if it wasn't serious, and I know you two are capable, more than most. But this isn't just some goblin uprising or a black spider knockoff trying to claim the mines. I'll take a breath, rain beating on my shoulders, eyes scanning the dark corners of the dock. I don't know exactly what we're dealing with yet, but it's different, that I can promise you. The letter mentioned tracks, four-pronged, not deep, not goblin, not orc, something unnatural.
I shuffle uneasily as Barbin continues to speak about this letter. This sounds like a real problem, Donnie. I don't want anything bad to happen to the people in Phandalin after all we did to help them.
I don't want to sound like a prophet of doom, but this seems like the kind of thing that can unravel everything we fought for. We can't let that happen.
It's not like I can just leave Barbin. I still have debt to pay off. Xanathar added a bunch more bullshit onto everything I already owed him.
You're tied up here, Donnie, I get it. But this won't wait for debts to be paid or grudges to be settled. If we don't act now, you may find yourself paying a far higher price than any coin ever could cover.
I say we get out of here, Donnie. I thought we would have so much fun after paying off your debts, but it seems impossible with the amount they're asking of you. You'd be working for these guys until either you die or they do.
I'll tighten my fists and clench my jaw. I'm not sure what's the best course of action. Barbin and Yorkus are speaking the truth. I'll be working for the guild for who knows how long. And odds are, if there really is something evil brewing in Phandalin, it'll spread. I'm just too scared to leave, honestly. I've worked so much to pay off what I owe, I still cling to the hope that maybe, just maybe, I'll finish paying it all off and live happily ever after.
I arrived by boat, Donnie. I'll look to Yorkus. We can all leave right now before anyone notices.
Let Xanathar try to send his goons after you. We'll make sure they regret it. You're not alone in this, Donnie. We'll face it together. But the first step has to be yours.
I'll take a large sigh, looking around out of nervousness. So where is this boat?
I'll give Donnie a big old smile.
I'm glad you're coming with us. I'll pat my hand on his shoulder. Follow me, guys. I'll lead them back towards the boat bend.
The three of you move swiftly, the rain easing into a mist as you make your way along the dock. The wooden planks creak softly underfoot, shadows flickering in the lantern light. Ahead, the small fishing boat waits, quiet, sturdy, and ready to slip away from the watchful eyes of Waterdeep. The salty breeze carries a hint of freedom, or maybe just the start of a storm. As you step onto the boat, the weight of everything hangs in the air, the debts, the dangers, the uncertain road ahead. But for the first time in a long while, there's a spark of hope. It takes just over a week for the journey back to Phandelver, a week of wind, wood, and whispers. The boat cuts through the waters of the Sword Coast, trading the salt-stung shores of Waterdeep for the winding inland roads that lead east toward the hills. The trail is familiar, but the weight on your shoulders is different now. The stakes are heavier, and so is the silence. The three of you travel in relative peace. The skies hold, save for a few scattered storms that pass as quickly as they come. There's time, finally, to talk, to share stories, to sit around small campfires and fill the air with old memories and quiet laughter. Donnie is quiet at first, but every now and then, something slips through. A smirk, a sarcastic quip, a moment of vulnerability. Yorkus does his best to keep things light, though even he can't hide his unease about what lies ahead. Barbin, ever watchful, keeps the group grounded, never saying more than necessary, but always listening. Despite the tension coiled beneath the surface, the road itself is oddly calm. Too calm. No bandits, no goblins, not even the usual trail merchants. Just empty roads and the quiet rustle of wind through tall grass. And then, on the 9th day, you crest the final ridge. There it is, Phandalin. Tucked between the foothills and forest, its humble wooden homes and squat stone buildings seem unchanged. But as you draw closer, the illusion of peace cracks. Several rooftops have been torn through, crude holes where wooden beams now sag inward. One of the trading posts along the edge of town looks like it's been broken into, the door hanging from one hinge, its windows shattered, goods missing or strewn across the dirt. The Shrine of Luck, the small stone altar where Garael once kept vigil, lies half-collapsed, the offering bowl overturned, its contents scattered and trampled into the mud. You spot a chicken darting wildly between homes, feathers ruffled, no pen or coop in sight. A goat stands on the porch of a ruined house, chewing lazily at a torn banner. Someone's laundry still hangs from a line, flapping in the breeze, untouched for days. It's not destruction on a grand scale, but it's methodical, targeted, intentional. The further you all press, the more noise from the town square rises, voices shouting over one another, angry and panicked.
Are we able to tell what's going on, Ben? What's everyone yelling about?
You can all go ahead and make perception checks if you want.
First rolls of the new campaign, boys.
Oh, wow. Look at that. I got a natural 19, Ben. 21 total.
I got a 13.
And I got a 14.
Nice roll, Jorkus. You all managed to pick out some of the exclamations from townsfolk. Donnie, you hear a man yell out, "The exchange is falling over, and some of my friends are missing." Barbin, you spot a woman holding the hand of her child, stating, "It'll be all right. We just can't play outside after sundown, okay?" And Jorkus, you hear multiple statements from the growing crowd. You see a man holding up a sketch of an orc woman yelling, "My wife's been missing for days. Do something, you coward. Stop this." Another lady to your left complains about how the bar has been ransacked, comparing it to the Red Brands. Lastly, and most importantly, you hear two men conversing with each other. One states, "If I see one more of those gremlins come near my shop, I'm hitting them with a rolling pin. I can't take it."
Gremlins? Are they speaking about goblins, Ben?
Continuing to listen in, you hear more of their conversation. The other man says, "They're not like the goblins we dealt with before. One of them was in my rafters, I swear it."
Very strange.
I'll push back through the crowd after noticing Yorkus is behind us. Hey, don't wander off too far. We don't know what the hell's going on here yet. And the last thing we need is you getting snatched up too.
Sorry. That guy said some stuff about goblins, but like weird goblins.
Well, come on, we need to speak to Harbin. Maybe he can give us a clear picture of everything that started happening.
You push through the crowd, which parts slightly as your group moves with purpose. Some townsfolk fall quiet, recognizing your faces. Whispers trail behind you like ripples in a pond. As you approach the steps of the Townmaster's Hall, you see Harbin Wester, red-faced and sweating, trying to calm the rising tide of panic. He's standing atop a wobbling crate, voice cracking from exhaustion and nerves. Harbin's usual pomp is gone. Just a man overwhelmed, outmatched, and barely keeping things together.
I've already spoken with the Miners Guild. We'll triple patrols on the road if we have to, but we can't abandon the supply line. Please, just keep your children inside at night and...
He notices you then, all three of you stepping through the crowd. His voice falters, his eyes widen.
Donnie, Barbin, Yorkus?
The crate creaks as he steps down hastily, nearly tripping in the process. Townsfolk around you gasp and murmur again.
Thank the gods. Your timing is impeccable. I don't know how much word reached you. Strange sightings on the edge of town. Then raids. Homes torn up. Livestock missing. The shrine. Look at the shrine. Then people started disappearing.
He gestures broadly toward the broken remains of the Shrine of Timora, then to the boarded-up homes and ripped shutters nearby. His hand grips your shoulder for a moment, Donnie, more for his own reassurance than yours, before he pulls back and waves the others to follow.
Inside. Quickly now. We'll be mobbed if we stay out here another minute.
Fair enough. It's crazy to see how much has changed since we left.
Yeah, things seem to have really gotten out of hand.
Well, let's just get inside before these folks stampede us.
The heavy doors of the Townmaster's Hall groan open, and as they shut behind you, the muffled sounds of the distressed townsfolk fade to a low buzz. You step into the main chamber, once modestly elegant, but now cluttered with papers, maps, and half-eaten meals. A voice cuts through the chamber like a polished blade, dry, level, and unmistakable. And standing from the far side of the war table is a familiar figure. Sildar Hall Winter,